Nobert MAO recently came out to announce that he's going to vote for General Kaguta Museveni, and I saw very many people surprised.
To the manifesto of the man that I'm going to vote for the first time in my life. For the very first time in my life, I'm going to vote for President Nobert Museveni. So, when you leave this meeting and you are asked, where have you been? I've been in a meeting where people from the Secretariat of the NRM came and they have spoken to us to tell us why we should vote for President Museveni. And then they will ask you, and
when you hear Nobert MAO coming out to say that he's going to support General Kaguta Museveni, for me it wasn't a surprise. It's like when your wife went to someone's house, went there, produced children now, and he came out to announce the date of their wedding. It is not a surprise. She was already taken. But I think what raised the more dust about Nobert MAO's decision is what he used to tell us in the opposition. It is what he stood for. And now he no longer stands for what the Constitution says, for what the power of the people says. So in this episode, I've come to talk about the statements of Nobert MAO, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the sediments we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawagali. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. First of all, the reason as to why Nobert MAO's announcement of voting for General Kaguta Museveni took social media by a thunderstorm is one. Nobert MAO used to say things that are done by General Kaguta Museveni when he takes over elements from within the opposition, and the same things are being done to him. It's like when you are a preacher of the gospel of Christ, coming out to say that Satan does this if you join, and then you join and Satan does the exact things you used to preach against. It is the truth. I felt like crying when I saw Nobert MAO when the elections are going to start, coming out to say that the elections are going to be silent, and anyone who doesn't want to be silent, they will be made silent, meaning that procession were banned. He came out to say that procession were banned. He was seen making a procession in Gulu. His wife in Kampala is making processions. Yet he was the person, because the Ministry of Justice takes over the Electoral Commission, takes over the courts, etc. Seeing the pinnacle at the head calling out unconstitutional tendencies because he joined the government, I feel like crying. The reason that's why one of the big the reason I feel bad for Nobert MAO, because Nobert MAO, let nobody lie to you, is a wise person. But it's the same person who came out to say that even a wise person who joins General Kaguta Museveni, even his wisdom ceases to exist. That's exactly the conundrum in which we are. For those who come from Gulu, do you know how much time can be taken to build another Nobert MAO? How many Nobert MAOs come from Gulu? Yet this one is going to a waste. Of course, I understand if someone opts you in his government, like the way it is, you have a duty of supporting him. But what pains him more that even the memoranda that was signed by DP, it was never honored. Nobert MAO told us when he was joining government, he's going to bring reforms. They are going to discuss about the constitution, blah, blah, blah. Nothing was honored except him being in government. Now he's telling us that in 2027, he's still going to negotiate. If the person failed to honor even the small things, how do you expect him to honor when even we are going in a full-blown dictatorship? When he's installing his son as the state of honor? Because that is the process that is going on. So for me, I feel bad. One of the histories of Nobert MAO's saying is this.
but you know NRM is not a party. It's an association for eating.
I want more photo than we say.
There are only two parties, UPC and DP.
No, NRM is only party.
The rest are projects.
N'ekibiina ki NRM si kibiina kyennyini. Bulijjo mbagamba kyo kitundubaale ky'embaga. Kitundubaale ky'omukolo omukolo we guggwa buli omu ajja kunyuka.
That is Nobert MAO. So for me, first, the opposition lost Nobert MAO. Amid its differences, he ought not to have joined NRM. It is the truth. 2, joining NRM, it somehow killed the DP. I don't know if they will have to get even 4 members of parliament. 2, since General Museveni saw that there will be no opposition, he used Nobert MAO and the DP as a catalyst. So the dictatorship is winning. Trust me. If a person who used to stand for constitutionalism, for human rights, for rule of law, after joining government, he doesn't stand for any of the above, to an extent of cheering on the 40-year dictatorship. I remember when Mugabe was towards Mugabe's rule, such people like Nobert MAO used to cheer on the old man until the center could not hold. This is what Nobert MAO is paid to do. I feel bad. Of course, that's my opinion. Remain yours truly, Mr. Makindi. If you're not to this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.